This is simple interest. Review unit, lesson 10. Interest is the amount of money paid or earned for the use of money by a bank or other financial institution. For borrowing money, like loans, credit cards, a house, buying a car, interest is paid. For saving money, if you put money in the bank in a savings account, interest is earned. Now, our simple interest formula is I is equal to PRT, where I is the interest, P is the principal, that's what you're borrowing on or what you're saving on with. R is your rate, that's in percent, your interest rate, and T is the time, usually in years. Now let's do a few of these where we find interest, okay? Here we're going to find the simple interest to the nearest cent, that's 2 decimal places. I is equal to P times R times T. If you're looking for your interest, you paid $675 for something, that's your principal, 4%. If you've got 4%, guys, you need this as a decimal. So I'd move it 2 places to make 0.04, and then I multiply by the 3 years. And if you multiply that, you get $81. That's your interest on borrowing $675 at 4% interest for 3 years. Now, let's look at another one. What if you borrow $225 at 5.4% interest for 2 years? I is equal to PRT. Your principal is $225. Your interest is 5.4%. You can do that as 5.4 over 100, or you can move your decimal and do it as 0.054. Your time was 2 years. If I multiply this, I get $24.30. That would be your interest on borrowing $225 at 5.4% interest for 2 years. Let's look at number 5. If I borrow $14,095 at 3.8% for 5.5 years, interest is equal to PRT. Your principal is $14,095. Your rate is 3.8%. I moved the decimal on this one 2 places, 0.038, or I could have done it over 100, 3.8 over 100. 5.5 years is 5.5. If I multiply this, I get $2,945.86. Okay. If I borrow $460 at 2.99% interest for 6 months, my principal is $460. My interest, here I'm going to move the decimal, or you could do it over 100. That's 0.0299, and multiply it for 6 months by 6 months. Well, the reason 6 is not here is because 6 months is half of a year. 6 divided by 12, so 0.5. This is number of years. Multiply, and I get $6.88. That's what I get in pay in interest if I borrow $460 at 2.99% for 6 months. Now let's try a few word problems. Marcia borrowed $8,975 at 4.9% interest rate to purchase a used car. How much total will she have to pay back after 5 years? Well, total will be the principal, which is what she borrowed, plus the interest, okay? She borrowed $8,975. I put that in for the principal. Now we need to find the interest, okay? Interest is equal to principal times rate times time. Your principal is $8,975. Your rate is 4.9%. I did this one over 100. You could have done it as 0.049. Your number of years were 5. If I multiply this, I get $2,198.88. If I plug that in, I wind up paying $11,173.88. And on 11, Victor used a 36-month line of credit for $15,000 to remodel his kitchen. If the interest rate is 2.5%, how much will he pay in interest? Let's plug these in. We're just looking for interest. Interest is equal to principal times rate times time. That's 15,000 times 0.025 times 3. Okay, that gives me $11,025. And then Shane took out a 5.5-year loan from the bank in order to purchase a $12,000 motorcycle. At the end of the loan, he had paid $3,267 in interest. This time they gave us the interest, find the interest rate. They want us to find R. Anytime you've got this, guys, plug the numbers in where they belong and find what you need. Interest was $3,067. I'll plug that in for I. Your principal is $12,000. This is times your rate. That's what we're looking for. And your time is 5.5 years. If I multiply the 12,000 times the 5.5, I get 66,000. 3267 is equal to 66,000 R. Divide both sides by 66,000 and your rate is 0.0495. Change that to a percent, move your decimal 2 places, and you have got 4.95%.